Welcome to a bi-week edition of TFC HQ presented by Kia, and I am Gareth Wheeler. It's been very quiet, practically empty around the Kia training grounds this week, with players off, playing with Toronto FC 2, the USL side, 7 players on international duty. So a good week for recuperation and just to reset a little bit before the stretch run of the season. And although the training ground is virtually empty, the accolades just keep on coming in for Toronto FC players. Congratulations to Sebastian Giovinco, your Week 25 Alcatel MLS Player of the Week. Scored 3 goals over the 2 games played, 2 offset pieces, on his way to the weekly honors. It's the 3rd time this season he has won Player of the Week, and absolutely deserved. As Sebastian Giovinco, don't sleep on him. He's very much in the MLS MVP race. Obviously, with being named Player of the Week, he's part of the Week 25 Team of the Week as well, joining Victor Vasquez in the 11. And Michael Bradley and Alex Bono are involved as well in the 18-player Team of the Week. So congratulations to all those players. There has been so much written and so much said about Giovinco's ability to bury the ball on set pieces. From dead ball situations, no one's better in MLS, and he's amongst the best in world football at this time. I asked head coach Greg Vanney what makes Sebastian Giovinco so special from set pieces.
His precision, and he has different ways to beat you. Obviously, we've seen him go over the wall to the near post a number of times. Last week against Philadelphia, he goes to the back post, and the goalkeeper was protecting the back post, and it was still up in the corner in a position where he couldn't even react and respond to it. But then he also has the ball he hits that knuckles away from you and is kind of dancing all over the place. And so he has a variety of ways that he can keep the goalkeeper guessing.
Giovinco scored 5 goals on the season directly from set pieces, an MLS record 12 over the course of his young career in Major League Soccer. As I mentioned, a decent time for the team to have a couple days off to rest and recuperate. You never want to really take a break when you're undefeated in 9, when you're coming off a big week and a half where you defeated 3 of your Eastern Conference rivals, namely the Chicago Fire and Montreal Impact, with away victories there. TFC overall has scored 3 goals or more in 5 of their last 6 games. Yet assistant coach Dan Kalishman believes it's still a time where the team can take something from being away from games in the field of play.
We had 3 tough games, and we picked up 9 points. So the fellows deserve the break that they have right now. Obviously, the national team players don't get that break, but the rest of them get a little bit of break to kind of rest mentally. So it's good.
So what are players doing with their time away from the field? Let's hear from Beitashour and Zavaleta.
I think the break comes actually at a pretty good time, especially with the 3 games in the past week. So I think guys are dealing with a couple knocks and bruises. So it's nice for the guys who have been putting a lot of minutes lately, just to kind of rest up. And then for the rest of us, it's about staying sharp.
Everybody here doesn't like to have to take a week off. But at the same time, I think we're going to use it for what it is, a bit of time to get some rest in, to get some work in, to refocus, and to get ready for what is becoming the most important stretch for us.
Plenty of football to watch this weekend despite no Toronto FC action. To speak of, the U.S. men's national team, Michael Bradley, Josie Altidore, take on Costa Rica Friday night in World Cup qualifying. Armando Cooper in action with Panama this weekend as well. And of course, the Canadian men's national team, 4 Toronto FC players, part of that squad, Tassé Ricketts, Jay Chapman, Raheem Edwards, and Jonathan Osorio. They take on Jamaica Saturday afternoon at BMO Field. And if the international thing isn't your flavor, what about Toronto FC 2? They're in action at the Ontario Soccer Centre Saturday night, 7:30 kickoff against the Rochester Rhinos. Toronto FC, they're back on the field at BMO next Saturday evening, that is. A 5 p.m. kickoff as the San Jose Earthquakes come into town in MLS play.